Welcome to Supernova. In today's thought-provoking episode on ethical dilemmas and the crucial role of critical thinking in moral decision-making. Ethical dilemmas challenge our values, principles, and sense of right and wrong, and navigating them requires careful consideration and a thoughtful approach. In this episode, we will explore how critical thinking can help us make well-informed decisions when facing these complex moral challenges. So, let's dive in. Part 1. Understanding ethical dilemmas. Before we dive into the critical thinking aspect, let's start by understanding what ethical dilemmas are. Ethical dilemmas occur when individuals are faced with a difficult choice between two or more morally conflicting options. These situations challenge our values, beliefs, and principles, often leaving us torn between right and wrong. Ethical dilemmas can arise in various aspects of life, including personal relationships, professional settings, and societal issues. They often involve complex factors, such as competing interests, limited resources, and potential consequences that affect multiple stakeholders. Ethical dilemmas arise when we encounter situations where moral values, principles, or duties conflict, leaving us uncertain about the right course of action. These dilemmas often involve difficult choices between two or more options, each with its own ethical implications. Ethical dilemmas can manifest in various aspects of our lives. They can arise in personal relationships, professional settings, societal issues, or even in our own internal struggles. It's important to recognize that ethical dilemmas are not always clear-cut and often involve shades of gray, making them challenging to navigate. One common characteristic of ethical dilemmas is that they involve trade-offs. Choosing one option may have positive outcomes for some individuals or groups but negative consequences for others. This complexity requires careful consideration and critical thinking to make informed decisions. Moreover, ethical dilemmas often involve conflicting ethical principles or values. For example, a healthcare professional may face a dilemma between respecting a patient's autonomy and ensuring their well-being. Balancing these principles requires careful reflection and consideration of the specific circumstances. Ethical dilemmas can also be influenced by external factors, such as societal norms, cultural differences, legal frameworks, and professional codes of conduct. These factors add layers of complexity and further challenge our decision-making process. Understanding ethical dilemmas is essential because they prompt us to reflect on our values, ethics, and the impact of our decisions on others. By recognizing and engaging with ethical dilemmas, we can develop our moral reasoning and grow as individuals. In the upcoming parts of this discussion, we will explore how critical thinking can help us navigate ethical dilemmas, make well-informed choices, and uphold our moral responsibilities. Part 2. The role of critical thinking. Critical thinking is a cognitive skill that enables us to analyze, evaluate, and interpret information objectively. It involves questioning assumptions, examining evidence, considering different perspectives, and drawing well-reasoned conclusions. When it comes to ethical dilemmas, critical thinking becomes an invaluable tool for making informed and morally sound decisions. One of the primary functions of critical thinking in ethical decision-making is to promote clarity and understanding. It helps us break down complex ethical dilemmas into manageable parts, allowing us to identify the underlying values, principles, and conflicting options at play. Critical thinking prompts us to question our own biases, assumptions, and preconceived notions. It challenges us to go beyond our initial judgments and consider alternative perspectives. By doing so, critical thinking fosters intellectual humility and openness, enabling us to approach ethical dilemmas with greater objectivity. When facing an ethical dilemma, critical thinking empowers us to evaluate the consequences and potential outcomes of different choices. It encourages us to weigh the benefits and harms for all parties involved, considering both short-term and long-term implications. This evaluation process helps us make decisions that align with our values and have a positive impact on society. Furthermore, critical thinking enables us to apply ethical frameworks or theories to guide our decision-making process. Ethical frameworks provide structured approaches to moral reasoning, such as consequentialism, deontology, or virtue ethics. Critical thinking allows us to analyze ethical dilemmas through these frameworks, considering the ethical principles and values at stake. Another crucial aspect of critical thinking in ethical dilemmas is the ability to seek and consider multiple perspectives. By actively seeking diverse viewpoints, we broaden our understanding of the issue and challenge our own biases. This fosters empathy, compassion, and respect for the values and experiences of others. Critical thinking also encourages us to reflect on our own values and principles. It prompts us to align our actions with our deeply held beliefs and to critically assess the consistency between our moral standards and our behavior. This self-reflection enhances our integrity and ensures that we act in accordance with our ethical convictions. Critical thinking plays a vital role in addressing ethical dilemmas. It promotes clarity, objectivity, and understanding, allowing us to evaluate consequences, apply ethical frameworks, seek diverse perspectives, and reflect on our own values. By engaging in critical thinking, we enhance our ability to make well-informed and morally sound decisions. Part 3. Applying critical thinking to ethical dilemmas. When faced with an ethical dilemma, critical thinking serves as a guiding compass, helping us navigate through the complexities and make well-considered decisions. Let's dive into the practical steps involved in applying critical thinking to ethical dilemmas. Clarify the dilemma. Start by clarifying the ethical dilemma at hand. Identify the conflicting options, the values involved, and the potential consequences. Clearly define the ethical principles and norms that are at stake in the situation. Gather relevant information. Thoroughly research and gather all the relevant information related to the ethical dilemma. Seek out factual data, expert opinions, and relevant precedents that can inform your decision-making process. Ensure that you have a comprehensive understanding of the situation. Analyze and evaluate. Use critical thinking to analyze and evaluate the ethical dilemma. Consider different perspectives, assess the potential impacts of each option, and evaluate the ethical implications. Look for logical consistency, potential biases, and consider the impact on various stakeholders. Consult trusted advisors. Seek advice from trusted individuals who have experience or expertise in the field. Engage in meaningful discussions with mentors, colleagues, or ethical experts to gain diverse perspectives and insights. Their input can help you expand your understanding and challenge your own assumptions. Apply ethical frameworks. Utilize ethical frameworks or theories to guide your decision-making process. These frameworks provide structured approaches to moral reasoning and can help you navigate complex ethical dilemmas. Consider frameworks such as consequentialism, deontology, or virtue ethics, and apply them to analyze the ethical dimensions of the situation. Consider long-term consequences. When making ethical decisions, it is crucial to consider the long-term consequences. Evaluate the potential impact of your actions on individuals, communities, and future generations. Assess the sustainability, fairness, and overall well-being of all stakeholders involved. Reflect on core values. Engage in self-reflection and deeply consider your own core values and principles. Evaluate how your personal beliefs align with the potential options and the consequences of your choices. Ensure that your decisions are in line with your moral compass and reflect the principles you hold dear. Seek collaborative solutions. In some cases, ethical dilemmas may benefit from collaborative problem-solving. Engage with others involved in the situation to collectively explore alternative solutions and seek compromises that prioritize ethical considerations. Collaboration can lead to innovative and morally acceptable outcomes. By applying critical thinking to ethical dilemmas, we can navigate through the complexities and make decisions that align with our values and ethical principles. It helps us approach these dilemmas with clarity, objectivity, and a deep understanding of the potential consequences. Remember, ethical decision-making is an ongoing process, and critical thinking serves as a lifelong skill that can continually be developed and honed. By consistently applying critical thinking to ethical dilemmas, we can become more ethical, responsible, and compassionate individuals. As we conclude our discussion on ethical dilemmas and the power of critical thinking in moral decision-making, we have learned that ethical dilemmas are not simple choices but complex situations that require careful consideration of values, principles, and potential consequences. Critical thinking serves as our guiding light, enabling us to analyze, evaluate, and navigate these dilemmas with clarity, objectivity, and empathy. By applying critical thinking, we can clarify the dilemma, gather relevant information, analyze and evaluate options, consult trusted advisors, apply ethical frameworks, consider long-term consequences, reflect on our core values, and seek collaborative solutions. These strategies empower us to make ethical decisions that are rooted in reason, compassion, and integrity. Remember, ethical decision-making is an ongoing process that requires continuous self-reflection and the willingness to engage in thoughtful discourse. By cultivating our critical thinking skills, we strengthen our ability to make morally sound choices and contribute positively to our personal lives, professional endeavors, and society as a whole. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more video like this. We will see you in another one.